to you today about a very important thing. We play in a very hot climate here. It's average temperature 94 degrees. Just humidity is about 104. And so there are some things you need to do in order to combat that. The first thing we're going to talk about is, we'll start from the ground up. Your shoe should have ventilation, should be light, it should be a white color. Black shoes attract heat. This is a very heavy shoe also, so in terms of mobility, you really want a light shoe that is white and is ventilated so that you're not so hot. You do want to wear a thick sock. These are really thin socks, you know, and it's okay, but a very thin sock like this, when you're running around and playing, it could create problems with your feet. You really want a thick sock. This is a very thin sock. If your socks ever get wet, you need to change them. If you have wet feet and you play a match for an hour and a half, you're going to get blisters. Okay. Shorts can be anything. Dark color shorts don't really matter. White, dark, whatever. The problem with white, you know, it gets wet and they see through your shorts. You wear blue colors, cream colors, and you sweat, and they see that you're sweating. It's kind of nasty. So I like to wear darks. I don't notice anything different about the heat. Here is, I call this a suicide shirt. I mean, if you ever play someone who's playing in a black shirt that's cotton, they're going to die. It's just not physically possible. Not only is this cotton, but it's a thick cotton, you're going to die. So this is just silly. You should never play in a dark color shirt. Sunlight is attracted to dark colors. Dark colors are hotter than white colors. This is interesting because it looks like dry fit, and it is dry fit, but if you look at the label, you know, it doesn't really say what it is. So you have to, by feel, you have to watch out for dry fit. They have like polyester dry fit where it doesn't really breathe. You look at the weave, it's a really thick, crunched up weave. You don't really see through it. You can't really see through it. It's actually kind of warm. You know, this is a very warm dry fit shirt. So you have to be careful what you wear. This would be it's also a dark color. This is a very hot shirt to wear. I would never wear this playing in the day. On the flip side, you have this other kind of dry fit. This is a Nike dry fit. It's a very thin weave. It's very thin. It's very meshy. It's like mesh. But this too is also a very hot shirt. For some reason, when I wear a shirt, it just gets really hot when I play with it. The water does come through it very quickly, but it's a very hot shirt to play in. I like to wear a dry fit shirt where it's kind of in the middle. I think it's like a cotton polyester blend. It's very thin, but it still retains some. So like, you need that kind of retention so when you perspire, the cloth gets wet and it cools you down. Okay, so this is my ideal playing shirt in hot weather. The shirt I'm currently wearing, it's very thick. I mean, I'm talking to you in a room and I'm starting to perspire. So you have to be careful about that. Shades are a good idea when you play in the sun because it just kind of deceives things. They don't see your eyes. You feel cooler. This hat's not bad. It has a mesh in the back. Okay. Now, what I propose is pretty radical, and I've been doing it, and it really helps out. A very thick towel used to dry your hands, to dry your racket, dry your face. You know, you're always doing this. If you have any kind of sunscreen, make sure you reapply every hour or so. But a thinner towel, which I put ice in. Okay, so I had this thinner towel with ice in it, and my thicker towel. And I take my two towels, and I take it to the back of the court. Okay, and so I'll play a point on a change of range. I mean, on a point, I play a point. Say I play a really long point. I have 25 seconds, and I'm feeling really hot. I'll come over, and I'll use a wet towel, and I'll just wipe myself down and cool my face off. And it really helps to cool yourself down when you use a wet, icy towel, and then you take a dry towel for your hands, leaving the moisture on your body so that when you're playing, it's not a problem. Always have a jug with ice water in it, and lots of ice. You know, a lot of tournaments we have ice and we have water, we have bottled water, but very rarely do we not. I mean, sometimes you have tournaments where it's just water. Like they give you a bottle of water and go on the court, and it's 94 degrees. You know, you need to bring your own supply. Okay. Now this is where we're getting kind of radical. So now you have your towel, ice in the back of the court. On the changeover, I put ice in my hat, and I put the hat on my head. You know, and it makes me feel cooler having the ice on my hat. Some people say, oh, let's use a visor, but I find when you have a visor and the top of your head is exposed, what happens is you get really hot. Like my hair heats up, this is black, and I just feel like I'm still in the sun without any kind of protection on. So the ice in the hat thing's been working out pretty well, so try that. Okay. The last tournament was really interesting because we played on the rooftop and it was square. Like it had like a windbreak. It was like solid windbreak. It was like jelly seats facing up, so the wind came up. But they come across the court, so it was very good to play the court, but I felt like I was playing a box. So I was playing a shirt like this. It's kind of a cotton dry fit. It's really more cotton than dry fit. And what I did actually was I actually took my shirt and I poured ice water on my shirt. Then I went to the back of the court and I rubbed my shirt out, and I proceeded to play in a shirt with ice water on it. Okay, now the problem is to get a drip factor. So what you need to do is I just need to take my shirt, and my shirt was drenched. I was literally wet with ice water, and I just tucked it in the back right here. Okay, and so the water was getting trapped in my shorts because I didn't want the water to go down my leg to my socks. Okay. And I just made sure that whenever I needed to, I used my dry towel, and I didn't rub my heels. A lot of times you're playing and you do this, okay? And my shirt's wet, and it becomes a problem. Now the question is, and I'm not sure about this, and I'm throwing it out to you, can you play tennis in a wet shirt? We were talking about this with my biology friends, and we all worried about chafing, you know, and stuff like that, but can you play tennis in a wet shirt? And we figured you probably could. Ironically, when I was playing, I actually got hot in my wet shirt. And on some changeovers, my shirt felt warm. So what I did was I just took some water from here, and I threw it on the shirt, you know, and I put it on my back. Because we were playing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon here, and it must have been 94 degrees, 95 degrees. Added humidity and no wind. We're talking about 110 on court, you know. I was actually starting to feel dizzy. So, lastly, so you got all these different things to try to combat heat. Try them out, see what works for you, and really, if anyone knows if you cannot play in a wet shirt, tell me, because I really don't know. At the end of the day, I lost 2 kilos playing in that one match. 2 matches in one day. We won 0-1, 0-1, and I lost 2 kilos. That's how hot it was. All right. Reminder, so start with shoes and go up. Remember, you want white shoes with a mesh. You want a good sock. If your sock is wet, you must change it. Dark color shorts, okay? Light shirt, cap, and sunglasses. Ice in the cap, ice in the towel, and a good dry towel. Carry an extra towel that's dry in your bag. You need to have a dry towel. And try the wet shirt if it's really hot out there. And we want to go with a cotton dry fit, okay? And remember, all dry fits not the same, so try them out. Watch out for polyester dry fit. So that was in reply to someone who asked me about heat control, and try it out for you.